this wrong?
Go ahead. Let me see.
Hello everybody and welcome to Mind the Time podcast. We don't have a guest today and we don't have Sean Kerry. It's myself and Brendy.
What's happening?
What's happening, lad? What's the crack?
Oh, it's quiet. Just the two of us, say.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Are Shawnee boys working today?
He is, and we're actually in his house without him.
Oh, we're going to wreck the gaff.
We'll just take a wee selfie from his bed later, wearing his pyjamas.
So it's just the two of us, Brendy. And Brendy, you're just back from London.
Just back. I'm not even back 24 hours.
Fuck's sake.
Straight back into the podcast world.
Straight into it. How'd you get on? Good time?
Brilliant. Hey, we were chatting about before. Obviously, London's a fucking crazy. I've been there quite a bit, to be fair. A few of my mates used to live there in uni and stuff, so we used to go over quite a bit. But it was the first time there we, like, my family know where the Waynes and all here, so I was a wee bit worried, a wee bit apprehensive about how the wee man, he's only 3, would take to, like, getting the tube and stuff. But as I was saying to you before, he absolutely loved it.
That's class.
He could not get wait. You go down these big escalators, he's like jumping with excitement. And you had to, like, in London, in the escalators, there's like a rule where you have to stand to the right and leave the left clear for people who want to run up and down. And he was like jumping on. At the start, I'm like holding his hand, because no way, escalators move quite quickly and you have to like step onto them and kind of I was like, right, hold daddy's hand, now you're holding mommy's hand, whoever, and jump on it. But then he was like, no, I'll go on myself. And he was like, daddy, stand to the right, and all that, you know what I mean? But I was amazing. Hey, we loved it. I was sitting there, Marion. It was just me and Marion and the two Waynes, Holly and Dara, and I said to her when we were coming back yesterday, I was like, I wish one of us had like one of them Fitbits or whatever to see how many miles we walked.
I would say, man,
Jesus, we walked. Even the first day we got there on Tuesday, and it was passing down. Right. I mean, torrent, like some of the heaviest rain I've seen in a long time. So we got to the hotel, checked in, left our bags, and we were right across the bridge from Westminster Abbey and Big Ben and all. So we're like, we'll go see all that there. So we started walking. It was kind of Muslim. We didn't have any umbrellas. I didn't even have a coat with a hood. I had like a wee Adidas zip-up jacket. Mariam was the same. And we started walking, and it started to rain a bit heavier and a wee bit heavier. See, about 20 minutes into the walking across this bridge, I mean, rain was slapping you up a fist. Everything was ringing. We're just there. No, we were up very early in the morning, driving to Belfast and getting the planes. So we were all quite tired and crab it, like, you know what I mean? Then passing rain, and wasn't the best start to the holiday. No, because we were in shops then, and we were going. I was like, I don't even think they're going to let me into a shop. I'm fucking dripping wet. You know what I mean? And there was literally, but they have everything covered over in London. We had we had our umbrellas. We got umbrellas then. And Dara wanted to go to Hamley's, like one of the biggest toy shops in the world, like 6 floors in the middle of Oxford Street or whatever it is. And we had these umbrellas, and obviously they were soaking because it was pissing down. But you walk on the door of Hamley's, and there's this wee stand, this big tube, and I was like, what the hell is this? But I saw Marion doing it. You stick your umbrella down under it, and then you pull it out, and a big plastic sheet wraps around your umbrella.
What?
It keeps it dry while you walk through the shop. Just all these wee things in London.
That's amazing.
They're miles ahead of us.
We only think we're living, like.
I know. And this, like, I was laughing. This is like one of the biggest toy shops in the world. You've got helicopters flying around and all, and I'm amazed at this wee umbrella cover. I'm like, I'm going to do it again. Take it off and give me it again. It's class. Oh man, just the difference of the big city. We were chatting with that too, like, man. And as I was saying, we were over in Barcelona lately, and you sort of then realise how much we don't have here. Oh no, Derry's not, like, even the key, like, the people talk about this all the time in Derry, but the key, like, we're so lucky to have this big river going through the city, but we don't utilise it at all. Like, you walk down London, the Thames, there's everything. There's, like, obviously we don't have the same amount of people. They justify having these things, and when we have a Foyle Maritime Festival, it's pretty good. But there's no reason that couldn't be at least this all summer thing, maybe not an all year thing. But over there, he's got all these wee stalls selling like hot dogs and beer and food and ice cream vans and street performers and people singing and like wee groups of students singing and performing and all. It's class. I know. There's never a time where there's nothing happening. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
It's amazing what can happen when they invest money into somewhere.
But obviously, we're not comparing, like...
Well, they could still invest a lot more.
Could do
something. We could still have a hell of a lot more than what we have.
A version of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even more, I made the point, like, there's so many people in London, like, you'll walk down any big street, like, say, Oxford Street or whatever, one of these big massive streets, there'll be 50 million restaurants, takeaways, McDonald's, Burger Kings, you name it, burrito places on the one street. And every one of them is rammed. And like, there's no seats in any of these places. And you know what I mean? You just be like, how many people are here? And at all times, it's just mad. The amount of money flowing through the place is insane.
Yeah, class, man. And what about, and we were saying earlier as well about the underground system. Like,
it's genius.
Unbelievable.
Marion couldn't get over it. She was like, how does it all work? Like, how does there never, you know, like each train comes and then like, You're never waiting more than like 3 minutes for a train.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And I was saying, you just tap your wee bank card on the way in. It just lets you in, and you can go on as many trains as you want, which we did a fair bit, because you read the signs and you're like, right, we have to get off here and then switch here and go here, and then you maybe get on the wrong train. You're like, oh shit, it's going the wrong direction. But you just hop off and cross the platform, jump on another one back.
It's incredible.
It doesn't cost you any more money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I actually said to her, like, not that you would, but theoretically you could pay once and go down to the tube and get trains all day. See, as long as you don't leave as long as you don't leave a station, it doesn't charge you anymore.
Aye.
It only charges you. You tap in, and then when you tap out, it charges you $2.70.
Imagine you went to London and just spent your whole holiday underground.
Aye, you could
just sailing around the metro there.
Just turn on the like a wee underground like wee hermit.
Go all peel and all.
But no, high class. I love the whole experience. London used to scare me a wee bit, but so I was saying to my mate, I was texting my mate who used to live there when I was there, and he was like, how are you getting on? I was like, blah blah blah, and I was all, I'll tell you what, London's actually a lovely place when you're not constantly steaming and hungover, because no, when you're over when you're younger and you're like drinking away and you're up all night and then you're getting the tube and you're like,
you have the beer fear in you and there's too many people.
But see, when you get a nice wee sleep in a hotel and you wake up and go down and get some breakfast and you take a wee walk out, it's actually
a whole different experience.
Nice. This isn't even terrifying.
I like this place.
I was terrifying. You know what I mean?
Class.
Sweating, take my shirt off.
Hey, she's warm today.
Oh, she is, sir.
Yeah, so we're recording this on Sunday. What date isn't even today?
It's the 14th.
Let's get out tomorrow. It's the 14th.
Cup or Euro World Cup. What the fuck am I saying?
The Euros final. The Euros final.
Fintan sporting a Spain top.
Espanol.
As is tradition, my wee boy had his wee Spain kit on him today too.
Is he?
Not by coincidence. It was picked out. You know,
has to be done. Has to be done.
I was in London watching the semis, just in the hotel room. But
I watched it in the Glenbarn. I might as well have been in fucking London.
Is that right?
It's all English fans.
Is that right?
Yeah. I didn't have a Dutch jersey on me though.
No, but I went out, as I say, for the first half, we were actually eating dinner in this wee restaurant down along the Thames. It's nice, but we walked back past then. It was one of them big like box parks with a show of the screen and everyone's cheering and all. And it was a shite match, to be fair. Like,
it was.
Netherlands were shite and England were shite. And then we were back in the hotel room by the time England scored, and I had a couple of cans and we were getting away in the sleep or whatever and just sitting chilling. And I was like arsing about the room having a can, and I just looked and I was all, what? I just seen 2-1, like the dying seconds. To be fair to Ollie Watkins, was a great goal.
It was a great finish.
Very good goal. Like,
definitely was.
Have the composure to do that there. It's such a big stage, and he's only quite new.
He hasn't played much.
No, he hasn't hardly played for England. I think it's the first time he's represented England in a major tournament. Like, it has to be. So fair play to him. Yeah. You know? That's the thing about England, but it's like obviously Ireland fans and all. You don't want England to win ever, just as a rule. But we're both Liverpool fans. We're Premiership football fans. So you like a lot of the players, like, do you know what I mean? As people, and you like them as footballers, but you still don't want to see their country win. You just don't.
I know, man. It's when it comes down to the media and it comes down to the entitlement of fucking.
It's not the players' fault. It's not the players' media. Fault. No.
And I feel for the players sometimes too, because they get it fucking tough. Like, and there's no other nation in the world that does it.
No, exactly. No.
Lambast them at every opportunity.
I don't think the Spaniards or the French or the Germans would get as much grief from their hang if they, like, Germans crashed out in the quarters. I doubt they're getting eviscerated like England team would, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they usually pick on one player or the manager or whatever, and so hopefully Spain will do it. I think they will, but then it's a cup final, man. It's hard to see. But
if Spain turn up and play their game, they're going to win comfortably. I would say. You know what I mean? But if there's any dodginess, maybe if England score first or something, and then England sort of, I don't know. We'll see.
I know.
Looking forward to it.
I was sort of having a wee feeling of, well, I have a wee couple of cans to watch it, but then I was drinking on Thursday night and then I was drinking on Friday night.
Oh no, I'm drunk out. Like I was
drunk out.
I was there in London for 5 nights, and as I say, I was never obviously there with the Waynes. You're sitting in your hotel room at night. You're never steaming, but I was always drinking. Always had about 5 or 6. No, I would have a couple of pints in my dinner, and I'd lift like 4 bottles. And everywhere in London too, you just go into any shop and just lift like 6 cans. Do you know what I mean? There's everywhere sells beer. I even went to on one of the last nights we were arsing about we went to Harry Potter World on Thursday. That's what it was. So we didn't go there till 4, so it was quite a long, because you have to like travel out there. It's in Watford.
Oh right.
So it wasn't ideal. That was the earliest we could get, because obviously with the Wayne you want to do everything earlier in the day, because that's when their energy is. There's no energy at 4. Anyway, you had to get like a train to underground to somewhere, and then an hour underground to Watford Junction. Then you had to get a bus from Watford Junction out to Harry Potter World, and you had to do it all on the way back too. So it was a bit of a journey. So by the time we got back, it was like 8 o'clock, And we were walking back up from the tube. We were all knackered and crabbit, like, do you know what I mean? So I was all, there's a wee Pizza Express around here. I'm going to walk around here and lift a couple of pizzas, take them back to the hotel room, we'll eat that there. So they went on up and I went to get the pizza. And when I was in there, obviously it's a restaurant, so there's loads of beer. But I was like, and Derry, like, if you walked in the restaurant, well, can I get 6 bottles to take away? They'd be like, no, I can't do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was standing and I was chatting to the boys, pure sound, like, and he was all, just stand over there and like, I'll bring your pizzas out when they're ready. And then I was sitting and I was all them, hey, excuse me. I said, do you know anywhere, like, a wee shop around here, like, close that I can get some beer? And he was all, you can get beer here. And I was all, no, but I mean, like, they take away. And he was all, you can take it away.
Wow.
You know? The guy was like, he was like Italian, you know, kind of young. He was typical Italian, the wee sort of, the wee...
all the body movements and talking with the hands.
Exactly, you know. And he was pure sound, he was great crack, but he was, I'm going to do a terrible Italian accent. And I was like, he was all, we sell beer here. And I was like, but I didn't know you could take it away. So, my friend, as long as you pay, you can take anything. I sell you a piece of the moon if you want, as long as you pay. You know, I was laughing. He's all, no, we have a takeaway license. You take as many as you want. And I was like, give me 6 bottles of Prune, and I'll tell you one better. I'm going to drink a couple while I'm waiting. So I just stand at the bar in this restaurant. The restaurant was packed. They're all running around mad. I'm just standing, drinking my wee Prune, just watching everything go by.
Nice.
And we got 2 pizzas, and they were unreal too. So we actually went back for dinner the next night and left them a hefty tip because they were pure sound.
Cool. I have a feeling that I want pizza now.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
We didn't. That's what my mate was texting me, because everyone who knows me knows I'm like,
you're a foodie.
Mad about food. I love it. Like, and I couldn't wait to get to London and try all this different food. When you're traveling with Wayne, you don't get the same opportunities to kind of, you know, walk around and look for something. Like, there's loads of places I want to get to, but always came to a time where you're just like, right, we'll just get something handy that everyone's going to like. So we did a lot of like KFC or like Burger King or whatever. But we went to Camden Market. See, when you go to London, you and Sorka go to Camden Market. Absolutely love it. It's amazing. I'm pretty sure Sean must have been there before too. He's been to London a fair few times. Yeah. Amazing place. So you walk out, you get the train. Now, as I say, we were staying in Waterloo near Westminster, so it was all quite hoity-toity, you know, people in suits, and you get to Camden and it's just mayhem. You walk out of the tube station and this big main street, and there's just people everywhere, and there's food stalls. The smells are just hitting you up a face, and everyone's just beating about in like tricycles, and it's just mayhem. You know, it's class. And there's graffiti everywhere, but it doesn't look like run down. It's kind of like cool graffiti. Do you know what I mean? And there's always boys coming out. No, come on, buy these sunglasses, £5 or £4, £3 here. Buy these. No, it's here. It's all about a crack. Like, and you walk in the Camden Market, and we only scratched the small part of the surface of it. It's a massive big place. Kind of indoor, outdoor. You walk in the shops, then you walk out, and there's wee stalls, and there's food, and there's clothes, and there's flipping swords and motor, everything you could imagine. There's guitars and everything you can buy. We walked around there. It was class. So I got this wee like, I know there's all these wee like street food vendors, and a lot of them was like Asian, no, like Japanese or like Thai or Chinese and all, which is, I love that kind of stuff. Yeah. And they're hanging out at you with wee bits of chicken on skewers to try, and they're like, here, try this and try this here. So I just walk and try out there,
just munching as you go.
Your stuff before you even order anything. But no, this one boy, I think it was like a Chinese place. And he was like, here, try this. And he held out this bit of chicken. He held this thing. I was like, what is it? It was like a bit of breaded chicken or something. And I was like, what is it? Because I don't want to just eat random stuff. He goes, it's lemon pepper chicken. And I was like, I'll try a bit of that there. So I ate it and was all sold. Give me a box set. I swear to God, it was lovely. Like, and he was all, what do you want? So you just get this big box of mayhem. He was like, do you want rice or noodles? And I was all, And he was all, or half and half. I was all, half and half. So it was like half and half rice and noodles, and then like the lemon pepper chicken, and then all these different sauces, and we like dried chilies and like pickled veg and all. And he fucked it all in the big box, and it was unreal. You just sit on the steps and eat it, and there's like pigeons coming down trying to hang. So wee man was like throwing food at pigeons and all. But no, it was classic. It was just eating my way around the place and then having a wee beer and all during the day. Brilliant.
I love it. I could just picture you going round Camden Market like fucking Pac-Man.
Oh, I just eating everything. Because there was boys are doing it. They're just going, yep, I'll take that. Yep, I'll take that. I'll take that.
You get your full meal just walking around then, like.
You walk back past with a fake mustache on. Oh, hello. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Acting pure surprise and all.
I would like to try some of this.
So I just take it for free? Oh, okay, fair enough. Boys, you've been here 5 times, big man. I know what you look like.
Cool, man. Yeah. And then the inevitable back day for come work tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus, I know, don't chat. Don't chat. It's never, you always have to, everyone's in the same boat. You go on holidays for a week, and then you come back and you're straight back on the work.
Yeah. And it's that thing, once you get in your grind.
No, it's always, it's the first morning. I think the hardest will be like from starting work to like, I get a wee morning tea break at about 10:30. After my tea break, I'll be like, right, sure, I'm back to work now, it's grand. You just be looking forward to getting home, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as good as your holidays are, it's great getting home. Like last night we came in the house and it was just like it felt like we were away. I said to him, our house feels so weird. Yeah. It's like what the hell is this? Is that the wooden floor we had?
I don't remember this so far.
It's so weird. Like, But I back in a big dirty Chinese on this, and then just everyone was in bed for about 10. And as I say, I must have slept a good 11 hours anyway.
And that's some going for someone who's got a 3-year-old.
Exactly. No, he slept the same. Like he normally comes on the Austin all night. Sometimes he might come in at 12 o'clock. Sometimes he might come in at 2 o'clock. He slept in his own bed all night last night. Came in at 6:30 in the morning, and then went back to sleep in our bed about 9:30. Do you know what I mean? So
perfect.
We all needed it. Like we were hammered.
Just wrecked. Like. I was feeling it last night myself because I was off Friday. We were off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I went out on Thursday night to Bennigan's, Chicken Box Comedy Club. Oh man, I can't believe your Italian impression was better than my chicken impression.
It's like a chicken on his dying breath.
Probably that chicken was being held out for you to eat.
That's it.
That was just his last words.
That was the chicken coming out the other way.
So I went to Chicken Box. I wasn't performing or anything, but it was class. Some night.
Do you kind of like that sometimes?
Oh, I.
As like a performer, when you get to just
chill
and enjoy.
You don't have the pressure of getting up or anything, you know. But everybody was there, and everybody was off the next day, so everybody was just getting fucking hammered, man. And
written in the stars.
Craic was fucking 90, and the performances were class too. Roe Boyle was playing on, and Eamon McElwee, both guests we've had before.
The
Strabane Mafia, but they done each other's sets.
Right.
So Roe done Eamon's set.
Right, aye.
And Eamon done Roe's, and it was fucking brilliant crack, man. It was so good. And especially when, like, you know, Rowan has sets talking about being a bouncer and all.
Aye.
And then Eamon's
talking about being a bouncer.
Being a bouncer.
Did they address it as that? Or did
they set it up beforehand. We're going to do each other's sets.
Right,
and it was good because I'd say 95% of the audience knew them.
It's probably seen bits and pieces before.
It'd be different if it was a new audience or whatever.
That's a good way of keeping it fresh, because obviously as comedians you have to do the same material over and over again sometimes, because you're playing to different audiences. But if you've played an audience where a lot of people would have seen the material, you know, switcheroo.
It was class. It was really, really good, and they done a class. And then Darren McKay, another guest we've had. Darren done Rory McSwiggins.
Was all mind the timers.
All mind the timers. So Darren done Rory McSwiggins' set, and he fucking nailed it. He had every wee mannerism. He had everything just fucking perfect, man.
And Darren doesn't really practice, does he? So he must have just been like...
He was more prepared for doing Rory's set than he was his own. And then Julie McColgan. Julie's another one we're going to be getting on. On as a guest. Julie hasn't done stand-up, and I think she said about 12 years or something.
Right.
Phenomenal.
Brilliant.
Phenomenal. She's one of those people that just... so funny.
Don't think I know Julie yet, no.
So funny, and such a good writer, such a good comedy writer, man. Brilliant. So she just... she nailed it. Nailed it. And good Bennigan's as well. Like there was a girl there had come up from Dundalk, and
there's
a couple of people down from Belfast. Like, because it is the best. We've talked about it before, but it is the best open mic comedy night in the country. Like, you know, people will come from anywhere to do it.
That's brilliant.
You know,
it just goes to show it doesn't need to be this big grand venue. Do you know what I mean? If you've got the right heads and the right sort of...
That's it, man.
Come up to Bennigan's. And
you have the right people in the audience.
Exactly. That's what I mean. The right people there, they enjoy the comedy. You know?
And we'll support it, because you get sometimes at open mic nights, people are coming in there expecting... like polished material and everything, like, you know, going to a show on the floor. Open mic.
That's where you start. Do you know what I mean?
That's where you start. That's where professional comedians will come to try stuff out and all. And might not work or it might work, but as long as the audience are open and you know about that and are willing to be supportive. It's just a class night.
I remember hearing recently, you obviously know, I think you are too, I'm a huge fan of Louis C.K. And I remember hearing a couple of years ago anyway, you know, the Comedy Cellar, is it, in New York? The wee small place, but it's where a lot of these guys started. Louis just rocked up one night and was like, I've got some new material, can I go on for 15 minutes? And they were like, of course you fucking can, go ahead. But he just like rocked up and was like, I want to try out some new stuff and here before I take it to my big shows. Do you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
And you get these like, oh yes, it's the perfect place to do it for the first time. Do you know what I mean?
There's a place in Dublin, and Shock, it's where I done my first gig.
What did you think it was called?
Anzio. I didn't realise it was Irish.
Anzio,
yeah.
Italian. Italian comedy club.
So one of the nights I was on, and Tommy Tiernan had done the same thing.
Right.
He'd rang up the comedy clubs around and was like, can I come in? I'm doing a new tour. Can I try out wee bits of material? I think he'd done 15 or 20 minutes, man.
Class.
Amazing. Darrell O'Brien came another time.
Right. But it's great for the audience. These people are just sitting there like watching, like not any disrespect, but they're watching maybe amateurs or people starting and then big name rocks up, and you're just like, happy days. Do you know what I mean? So somebody will pay £60 to see an hour a week. Do you know what I mean?
So word had sort of got out that Tommy Tiernan was going to be doing it. So the place was rammed. Like,
of course,
and I was there's a wee corridor at the back where the acts will stand before you go on, but that was packed and there was people still coming in. They had to stop people coming. And there was a girl standing in front of me and Tommy Tiernan was standing beside me and she was going, I hear Tommy Tiernan's in here tonight. And she was like going on for ages how much she loves him and all. And he was just standing looking at her. And she even looked around a few times. It didn't click with her.
No.
That was him. And then he got up and just fucking killed it, man. Course, just
Tommy's
like new material too. Like, you know.
Tommy's always mad too. I bet you there's a lot of shouting and roaring.
A lot of shouting and roaring. So much energy. But see, chatting to him off stage,
pure laid back, like
pure chilled, man, and just really cool and really open with advice and be interested in your story. And
I love Tommy. I always have ever since I seen him in Forward Head.
Amazing.
I love Tommy. He's brilliant.
That's right. He was the depressed priest,
and he's all happy listening to like was it Shaft or something? And then
Radiohead.
He gets on and exit music for a film for Radiohead plays. Which, by the way, I'd be more happy listening to that than I would Shaft.
I know. Same.
But no, I get it. It's such a depressing song. Like. But I always made the joke because that song starts off really slow and somber and there, and I was like, and that's the bit they played, and then he's like so depressed again. But I always used to joke, I was like, see if you had listened to the end of the song, it really kicks off and goes on this big mental, and it's like pure uplift, and then it's class. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he would have been grand again.
But that doesn't suit the comedy. Yeah. So
that was a cool thing of doing comedy in Dublin. Like, I didn't do it while long in Dublin. It was sort of when I first started, and then I moved back home. But met a lot of the Fallertad.
Of course,
people from Fallertad, you know, because
a lot of them would be comedians, as such, wouldn't they?
Yeah. So when Fallertad was being shot, when it was being filmed, they wanted to get obviously local comedians involved from Dublin and from the scene and all. So Pat McDonnell, who played Owen McLove. Joe Rooney, who played Fallardemo.
Right, yeah.
Do you remember
Oasis?
Oasis?
Yeah. Tell him to feck off then. Father Frosty.
What an amazing show.
That's the thing about Forward Head, just a wee side note. Every single wee side character in Forward Head is amazing.
Amazing.
Everyone. There's nobody in it that's not hilarious, like, do you know what I mean?
Who else? A brilliant comedian as well.
Your man, what do you call him now? I can't remember his real name, but he was Father Stone.
Michael Redmond.
I have to say, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but I saw one wee clip even. It was like, and it was possibly the best intro to a comedy thing, because I always think it's something Louis C.K. You'll probably like get this too more than I will, but Louis C.K. always says it's hard to come out and just start talking on what they say first, because there's no reason for me to be talking to you. So the first thing you say always sounds stupid. But this guy came out, right, and he just comes, obviously he's got the whole Far Stone look, the big mustache and the big dour head. He's wearing this big long trench coat, and he comes out with a big head on him, and he just walks up to the mic really like slowly and kind of looking around, and he just goes, people often look at me and say, what are you doing in my garden? It's just like boom, straight away everyone touched themselves laughing. Do you know what I mean?
You've got them there.
Amazing way they started like
he's last. We're actually going over. He's based in. Oh no, he's in Dublin. It'll be cool. We're going over to Edinburgh for 5 nights. Myself and Sarka for the Fringe Festival.
Yeah, and
it'd be cool to be able to see a lot of those acts again, and because everybody will be there, like
100%.
You know,
and you can sort of use it as a wee sort of networking,
and we're going to jump on a few gigs as well.
100%.
Wooly Thompson's running a best of Northern Ireland compilation gig.
Brilliant.
Every day, so I'm getting on there a few days, and so it'd be nice to be able to do the odd gig, but not have the pressure of doing a full show.
You're still there as a spectator.
Still there as a spectator. Dip in and out, and just have a crack. Cannot wait for it, man. It's only 2 weeks away now as well.
Brilliant. Hey, I was going to say, when's that? Like start of August, isn't it normally?
Well, it's on the whole of August.
The whole of August. Right.
It's on the whole August. We're going for the first 5 nights, and there's obviously a lot of people going from the scene here as well, and be cool to meet him up over there and have the crack. And
Peter Davidson saying
so Peter E's doing his own show over there, right. So Pete's there for the full run for the whole of August.
Amazing.
Tough going.
Many shows he chatting there.
Show every day.
Fuck up. For a month?
For a month.
Jeez.
Yeah.
God.
Where is it? Pete's on again. I'll have a wee look, and I'll put it on our socials.
And that has Manifest Density tour, or is it
that's it? Yeah, Manifest Density. So he's going to be doing that. I can't remember what you call it. The Counting House, I'm going to say. But anyway, so we'll be class, be able to go to Pete's show.
And it's all over Edinburgh?
Man, it's all over.
Around the place.
And everywhere, every building that has a room in it has comedy in it. Every probably things that doesn't be used from one year to the next. It's used for storing cans.
Empty storage space.
Empty it out, put a fucking microphone in the corner. And somebody was telling me the last time we were over, if you were to see every show on there in Edinburgh back to back, it would take you like 5 years or something. Right?
So many happen at the same
time.
So
much. And then the amount of people out flyering in the streets, because you have to flyer your own show. So you're like, obviously there's tens of thousands of people there, and you want to try and get them into your show. So the shows are starting like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And going all day. So people are just out flyering, and there's that thing, and you'd feel bad sometimes not taking a flyer.
Oh, of course.
But it's every second person you see. It's literally that, man.
You need like a flipping backpack to hold them all.
You would. So just sort of, when you do that thing where you're just looking straight ahead.
I did it a lot in London.
I would say, you don't want to be ignorant. You're like, look straight ahead. Don't make eye contact. Just keep walking.
You just pretend you don't speak English.
No.
That's it.
So we're going over there for the 5 nights. We got a really cool... Obviously, the accommodation in Edinburgh is through the fucking roof, man.
Especially
so we're staying in Edinburgh University student accommodation.
That's right, you mentioned this. Like the halls, when they're not being used, basically.
When they're not being used. So far cheaper. And at the end of the day, you just need somewhere to lay your head down.
It's not like you'll be sitting like, I want dinner and like breakfast in the hotel and like lying. No, it's just
we're going to be out around all day. And Sarka's done a lot of work. Sarka was a lot of the Edinburgh Fringe festivals. She worked over there quite a lot. For the entire month. She would have done like stage production and looking after venues and looking after the comedians and that, and so she knows a lot of the places to go and all as well.
Edinburgh's a class city too. I love the place.
I've only ever I've been there twice, and it's the 2 times it's been during the Fringe Festival.
Right,
and I'm sure it's obviously a different buzz, but the place itself and everything is just beautiful.
Oh, it's amazing. One of the nicest looking cities you'll ever see.
Yeah,
it's class. Yeah. I loved it too. I've only been once. Well, went when I was in primary school on a primary school trip. You don't really know. I was there, but you don't really care. You're like, oh, look at that building.
You don't take it in there.
No, but me and Marion took the 2 wings over there like last year, a year before. It was brilliant. We loved it. Just did there. Same kind of thing we did in London. A wee bit less crazy. You know what I mean? But just walking. We walked everywhere. We never got a taxi or a train or a bus anywhere. We were just walking everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
The amount of miles you do put up, like as you were saying, if you had a wee...
honestly, I couldn't even imagine how many miles we'd done, but we'd done a lot. Even that first day, like we walked from... It was when you get Google Maps and tells you like we wanted to go to Oxford or Hamleys, that's what it was. We were Googling Hamleys or whatever. So we... I typed it in. I was like, it's a 39-minute walk. So I was like, it's grand. But see, by the time you actually get there, you're passion soaking, and you're like, in and out of shops and all. And there's so many people, and like you're trying to hold the Wayne's hand and like keep everyone together, and people are just flying, shooting past you, like, you know. Yeah. But no, hey, I once we realised that we could get the tube without any fear for the Wayne's being the Wayne
without any stress.
It was brilliant. Then just hop on it. Yeah. We need a tube in Derry, one that goes from.
There's plenty of tubes in Derry now.
True enough. 2 sitting here.
And even the tube system, man, like, I don't know when it was, but it was like, I don't know, 1800s, early 1900s, like, they started fucking making those things.
I know, it's mental. And it's just underneath the city, like the whole city. It's just all going on when everyone's going mad up there, and there's just
I remember watching a documentary a couple of years ago, and they were like adding to it. They were adding a new station or whatever.
I see. Oh, like, how do you even go about that? Like,
mental, man. So like they clear a big area and then bore down. They make this big massive hole and bore away down, and then they start shooting off from that. I can't even fathom how they even go. Like, I packed my bag the other night coming back from London, and now I came over with my bag half empty because I knew I wanted to do some shopping. So I bought a lot of stuff. Bought like a jumper, a new jacket, a couple of new t-shirts and stuff like this here. And so obviously I was packing my bag, and it was really, really like rammed to the teeth. So much so that when I zipped it, I broke my zip, and I had to use the other one. But this is the thing. And then I packed my bag. I was all right. That's me pretty much packed now. And then I realised I had left the boxers I was going to wear for the next day, my only last clean, and the bottom of the bag. I couldn't even fathom how to get them out. Never mind all the fucking tube tunnel. I was like, right, how am I going to do this here? I'm going to have to take everything out. No, I can't take everything out because it was all like wrapped up and folded, stuffed in so neatly. It was like Tetris, you know, everything had its wee place and was fitting in. And I was nearly going to cry. I was so you just went commando?
No, I was started to like trying to reach down. I was like, I'll put that there, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to just start pure huffing and throwing everything out, throwing it across the room and all. Go for it. Do you know what I mean? But no, the whole, I don't know. That's obviously why you need to be highly I can't think of words today.
Highly intelligent.
No, I don't know. Like, what's the thing? Like, I don't know. Like, trained for something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if there is a word.
I don't think we could even get the word. Never mind. So I don't know if they are going to put a tube in Derry. They're not going to be consulting us. I don't think.
Don't ask me. No, we are tubes, but we're not good at building tubes.
Oh man, we had. So I was saying to you about Bennigan's, and then got home from Bennigan's, and I was pretty well hammered at that stage because everybody was just letting loose. I was out the back. I was having another wee drink when I got back. Dropped my phone flat down. Looked at it, and just whole screen just cracked. And the whole time I thought I had a cover on my phone. I was being all cocky with my phone. I was dropped the loads. Like
doing kick-ups with it now.
It's cover on his grand. Throwing it at the walls. No, turns out there wasn't. And then on the Friday night, so I was actually grand then on the Saturday. No, Friday. And then Sarka's friend Jenny staying on hers for a few nights. She was up from Dublin. And then Sarka's brother, Faker, come over, and I was supposed to be going to Strabane. I was supposed to be going to a show in Strabane to see the comedy show, Dave Elliott's. And then they were having a couple of drinks out the back, and the fire pit was being lit, and I was like...
Hard to walk away from. I'm going
nowhere. So ended up there, man, and
out your best class too. You have a lovely view and all, don't you?
So cool.
Sunday night with a fire lit.
It's nice, like, and it's nicely secnormally too. You know, there's
we actually need that's our next night there. We're doing that.
Exactly. Let's do that.
We chatted about because I actually listened to. Normally I listen to our podcast like Monday morning, basically. It's not only is that when it's out, but it's the best time I get the chance to listen to it too. But the one obviously this week, because it was Monday and I wasn't working, I completely forgot about it.
Yeah,
I was sitting on Monday night about to go to bed. I was like, Jesus, we have a podcast out today. So I was like, I'm not going to listen to it now. But I went on the plane, and me and Holly were sitting in one seat, one aisle here, and Marianne and Dara were sitting in the back. So she was like keeping him entertained. So I was just sitting there. I had no earphones, but I was like, I'm going to listen to the podcast. So I just listened to it like this on the plane, held the phone up to me, and I was just sitting pissing myself laughing. It was good crack.
Happy days. Where did you have a window seat?
No. Well, we had a window seat and a middle seat times two, if you know what I mean. So Marianne and Dara were in the very back row, but on the way over, some boy sat in the window seat. Like we got on the plane and he was already sitting at the window seat, some old boy, and I didn't even realise at the time. Marianne said after, I thought, you should have time to move. Yeah. But she made the point there was no window there anyway. At the very back,
okay, so it wasn't an actual window seat.
Didn't even matter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I know how I sat at the window here and I sat in the middle, so it was grand. And he's just like, every so often you just turn around and go, what's crack?
Yeah. All right. How did the wee man get on with the flying? I suppose when you start early like that, and
he's been over to Edinburgh, and then we took him to Spain. Do you know what I mean? We were just getting stuck on straight away, like. But no, he's never had any bother on planes. Brilliant. He was obsessed with planes before he was ever on one. From watching TV and stuff like this here, and then he watches like YouTube, like Peppa Pig or all these different things. But I got on the thing where you just go and put on airplanes, and there's so many videos of just, you type on airplanes on the YouTube, and it's just hour and a half long of airplanes taking off and landing.
I've watched it.
Loves it. It's quite therapeutic. You're kind of just lying there. It's nice. You hear the sounds and all, but he loves it. And then, so when you get to the airport, he's always all excited about seeing the planes, and you see one taking off, and he's all, and then he's like going up the steps, pure buzzing. And then obviously when there's a Wayne in a plane too, and they're not screaming, everybody enjoys the crack. You know what I mean? So flight attendants are always like chatting, having the crack with him and all, and like people were sitting beside the wee old boy was having the crack with him yesterday and all. Do you know what I mean? So no, it's good crack.
I'm a bit like a 3-year-old when I'm flying as well, man.
I would say,
I just love it. Like, it's so excited. Like, and because Sarka's flown so much, it's just another way of travel, you know what I mean? But I'm still very new to me.
Quite new, yeah.
Because I didn't start, I've said about it before, I didn't start flying until I was like 36 years old.
That's mad,
Mad. And then, but I remember we used to live beside the airport in Dublin as well. We lived in Swords. And there used to be a time, I don't know what it was, I don't know why, maybe the runways were been fixed or whatever, but there used to be a time, sometimes through the year, the planes used to come in at a different angle.
Right.
And there's a wee roadway up the side of the airport, and you're able to go and stand there.
Right.
And they're literally, it looks like it's going to hit you in the face. Like, you know, the plane's coming right at you, and I used to just love it. I used to go into the airport sometimes too.
Just chill.
Loved it. I loved watching people. I loved watching people getting off planes, going on planes, filling in the wee stories in your head. What are they doing? And
I was looking at people yesterday, like trying to imagine where they were from. Do you know what I mean? Like listening to what's that language there? It's like, not Spanish, it's not this, but do you know what I mean? I love doing that too. It's class.
So then on the plane, again, I said about it before, but I'll get the window seat and I'll just stare out the window the whole time. I'll have Google Maps on my phone.
That's right,
and I'll just watch where I'm going the whole way, the whole time. Love it. And I always look around going, why, like Sarkis sitting maybe sleeping or earphones on, and I'm like, how's everybody not just looking out the window at this?
Too, to be fair, because when I lived in England too, I'd have flown back and over quite a bit. Do you know what I mean? So it was just like, you know, you get your bag and you're kind of sitting with your headphones on, and it becomes a bit of a chore sometimes. I would say England for a year, and I flew back maybe 5 or 6 times over and back. Do you know what I mean? So by the end of it, you're just like, it's grand.
Just a thing, a thing for getting somewhere else.
No, it's if you can enjoy it. I think traveling with a Wayne like that too, like the wee man, it sort of brings back that wee enjoyment of it, because you see how excited he is, and you be like, this is actually class.
Yeah.
You know, Daddy, what's that there? What's that there? Why are we over it? Why is that there? And you'd be like, I don't know.
So that's exactly how Sarka feels.
Exactly. From a fan, just look out the window and enjoy it. Jesus.
Have a lollipop. Shut up.
Give me strength.
Yeah. And then I seen a thing, man, recently. Did you see it? Raw dogging. I know it sounds way worse than it actually is.
Raw dogging
on a plane. So there's there's new fucking things all the time, and new words for these things that people are doing. But raw dogging is going on a plane, not using any of your devices,
no earphones and no
earphones, and just looking out the window. And apparently it's some spiritual thing, and it's a form of meditation and all. And I get it, because it fucking is. Like,
I don't know. I think I'm just too like long in the tooth. And as far as flying goes now, I'd just be bored. I mean, I've pretty much done that yesterday. I was sitting beside the wee man, but he was kind of asking me all these questions. But he got his wee tablet, and there was a good 25 minutes where he was just playing with his wee tablet. So I just pulled out my book and was like, actually read about 5 chapters. It was happy days. Do you know what I mean? But now I need some kind of, I mean, flying to London's no big deal. It's just over an hour. You're up and down, like, do you know what I mean? But like Spain or something takes you like 3 hours to fly. I would need some kind of, you know what I mean? At least to be drinking a wee can. Can you drink a can when you're raw dogging?
I don't know. I think proper raw dogging is no food or no beverages.
Right, no water or nothing.
No, nothing. You just see, that's a bit mad.
Don't know about that. No, that's just sort of.
In fairness, I would just have a bottle of water or something like. But
that's like the modern day thing of like a pilgrimage. You know what I mean? Like, you used to walk barefoot up these big hills. Now it's like, I'm going to fly, you know, like iPhone and Spotify.
People used to trek up like fucking Kilpatrick and stuff.
I was in the plane, but didn't even have a can of Heineken, I don't know. So I'm so brave.
And that no devices. Like, how the fuck did people do it 20 years ago? You know what I mean? There was no devices.
You just had a wee book.
A
book's your best friend on the plane. I still rather read a book than look at a device. Or I suppose if you're listening to a podcast or something or listening to music, that's different.
And I still get the buzz as well that, see, when the holiday's over, you know, when the holiday's over, it's like, oh fuck, the holiday's over. But I still have the excitement then of the plane flying back. It's like the holiday isn't over until.
Well, no, I'm normally pretty excited. No matter how much I enjoy my holiday, I'm always, once you realise like today we're going home, I'm always all right. I'm ready to go home.
You're ready.
You think about your wee own bed and like getting a wee, like, all cozy, a wee shower in your own house and sipping a wee cup of tea, getting a wee takeaway and all. I do enjoy. I'm a home bird. Like, I love being home. I love going on holidays, but I love being home too, to be fair.
Yeah. Do you think, like, could you live away anywhere?
Well, this is the thing. Obviously, like, it wouldn't happen now without my whole family going.
Of course.
But and I wouldn't want to take the Waynes away from here.
Family.
You know what I mean? But disregarding all that, because when I was younger, when I had the opportunity to do something like that, when I was maybe 20, I did money. Because I was happy here, and I was like, it's just working and like whatever, blah blah blah, and having the crack with my mates every weekend. Life was just like a wee party. So I was like, why do you ever want to leave there? All my muckers are here, and I'll stay in my ma's house and know us here. It's great and all. But now that I've been to like places, I feel like if I would do my life over and I go back to 20, I would go and do stuff like that. I wouldn't do it now. I'm happy now where I am, but I wish maybe I had done it when I was younger, just to experience it, even for a year. Go live somewhere else for a year and see. Like, I did live in England for a year, but that was different. That was uni.
Yeah.
And I was kind of I was going back all the time. You know, go live somewhere in America for a year or something. I would have been classed, you know. But no, I'm more than happy with how it's ended up anyway. Do you know what I mean? I'm here now, like.
Yeah.
You know, but like my brother, our Paddy went. Where did he go? He went to Australia for like a year, but he ended up staying out. I think he was in America for a while, and he was out in Thailand for a while, and he went all over the place for like a year or two, you know, that kind of way. So he had all that kind of. But I don't think I could hack it for a long time. It's not even the homesickness as such. It would be missing the wee home comforts, like walking down the street. Like, see if you're living in Thailand, like walking out, even being in England for a year and then coming back to Derry, something as simple as going to a shop and buying something, it's just a wild easy experience. It's not always like that over there. Or getting in a taxi and you don't know where you're going. I don't know, wee things like that. I like knowing where I'm at and being comfortable in my surroundings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's easy to say now I would have done it now that I don't have to.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I had obviously lived in Dublin for quite a few years, but I suppose I was limited to Dublin because I didn't fly. Do you know, I had that thing that I wanted to go and live in a big city.
But Dublin is very different from here. Like,
it is very different. It is. But I think of course I'm happy with what I have now and what I've done. I would never change anything. But if I could do it again, I probably would go and live somewhere, maybe take in a few cities around Europe and stuff. I don't know if I could do the Australia thing.
No,
I think it's just too far.
Very far away.
Wild far. You might as well
anything where they happen that you needed to get home.
Exactly.
Which I've heard a lot of stories. Even people in my own family, people have passed away, and somebody's over in Australia and they have to fly back.
Somebody takes sick.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And it's that there part of it's that could be quite worrying. Do you know what I mean? But you can't really go through life like that either. You have to just
that's
on,
it,
don't you?
I always think about the likes of living in Australia or New Zealand or somewhere like that. It is so beautiful and the weather and all, but you have to sacrifice the family thing.
Oh,
you know, there's give and take. And I suppose if you've became okay with that in your head while you're going, then happy days, knock yourself out.
Because it's all that thing too. People might go over to Australia and you might meet somebody over there, or you might know somebody from Australia, or maybe somebody from here you meet over there. You start a family over there, and then you've got parents back here who haven't seen their grandparents and stuff like this here, and you have to be okay with that in your head. Do you know what I mean? Because that to me, that would be, I would find that too tough. You know, I would need my man and dad to see me wins, like, do you know, that kind of way, and they would need that too. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, it would be wild hard as a parent now too.
But you have to sort of, like my dad was like, my dad grew up obviously craic in the 70s. He went to New York when I think he was like 20.
All right.
And just loved New York for a year on his own. Now he was very, very poor. Do you know what I mean? And he worked in this bakery, this big bakery factory in New York. And he told me the story of he had to get up at like 4 a.m. to get like the subway to get to this bakery to start work at 6 or whatever it was. And he was obviously living in quite poor. So he was living in quite a rough part of New York. And his landlord told him, he was like, "Oh, so what are you doing for work?" And he's like, "I'm going to work in this bakery. I have to get the subway in the middle of the night and go hang." And the boy was all like, "Bring a weapon." I mean, that was like, "Well, no," he's all, "Bring a weapon. I'm not joking. Like, you'll need something if you're getting the subway on your own at night. People will rob you."
What was his weapon of choice?
Dad said he had a wee lead pipe he kept in his pocket. Wow. And he said he never needed it. He never had to use it. And his thing was, I think I just looked too poor to rob. People probably thought I was going to rob them. He had the long hair and the beard and like the shitty clothes, and he was kind of here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But he said he carried a lead pipe in his pocket and just was always like sitting with his hand in his pocket, wait ready, just in case somebody came over. He was like, boom. Do you know what I mean? But he said he was all, luckily I never needed it. I never needed to use it. It was just, but he was all, after a few times, it was all, I was glad I had it. I'd rather have it than not need it than need it and not have it. Do you know what I mean?
It's a mad way to live for some people, isn't it?
Different back then, but wouldn't it? Do you know? Yeah. And I told the story before too of he worked over there, like he got a job in a bar or whatever it was, and he'd never worked in a bar. I think he lied and said he had, and he'd never worked there before. So the boy was Joe, can you go and change this keg? And I was like, no bar. Right. And he didn't want to ask like how or where are they. He was just like, no bar at all. So my dad had seen, when he took him a wee tour when he first started, they'd seen it like down in like -3 in this big basement. They had a big keg room. So my dad was like, right, the kegs are down there, I suppose I'll go and grab one of them. So we went down all these wee rickety wooden steps like and got this big keg. Now a keg of beers, heavy big fucking brute. Dad says he dragged it up 3 flights of stairs. Took him like an hour, and he was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And he got up here, and he finally got to the bar, and the boy was like, where'd you go? And he was like, I just went to get the keg. And my dad was the boy was all, did you carry that up from the basement? And my dad was all, and he was all, God, you Irish are smart or strong, but you're not too smart. They're over there. And my dad was like, oh jeez. But I'd have done the same kind of thing too.
How long was your dad out for? A year?
I think it was about a year. I think I don't know, to be honest. I think he lived then. I'm not sure. I think it was maybe because my dad went to uni. Must have been after uni. He took maybe a wee year and went over to New York. I just obviously like life was harder back then for everybody. Do you know what I mean? But I think he just went out just to work and just have
fair play. A wee bit of life experience.
I'm sure he'd obviously tell you. We'll get me that back on. Actually, I'll ask him about living in America.
Yeah,
he'd probably tell you a few more stories. That's just the sort of the gist of what I remember him telling him when we were younger. Like, do you know what I mean?
I think I could do the likes of the East Coast of America and that living, because again the time difference isn't that much compared to.
No,
but I remember even when Sorka was out in New Zealand there a couple of months ago, and we were so disconnected. I know you're going to be disconnected anyway, but that thing of like I was getting in for work in the evening and maybe getting dinner or whatever, and then it was like, right, we'll chat at 9 o'clock, and I'm in that sort of, I've had my whole day, you're winding down,
and she's getting up.
She's just getting up, and I know. Two different worlds.
No, I found that. Like recently, my mate Josh is over in Australia. He's been over there for years now, and it just occurred to me recently. I was chatting to my arm mate JR, and he was like saying I was chatting to Josh here, and I was like, Jesus, I haven't chatted to Josh in ages. I was like, go on, give me this number. So he gave me this Australian number, obviously. So I texted Josh. I think he got engaged. That's what it was. So I was like, I must text him and congratulate him. So I texted Josh, you know what I mean? What's the crack? Just got your number there. I haven't spoke to you in years. Congratulations on the engagement. Like, how's life and all, blah, blah, blah. And then I was sent it, forgot about it. Maybe let's say I sent it on the Monday morning. Maybe like Monday or Tuesday morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm in bed, I get a text back. I hear my phone going. I'm like, I'll read that in the morning. And I read it in the morning then. And it's a big couple of messages from Josh being like, yes, lad, what's the crack? Blah, blah. He actually said, like, I've heard the podcast and all, the crack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was grand. He was saying all this here, and he was telling me he was on safari in South Africa and all. And I was like, oh, Jesus. There was no big long messages. Like, so I wrote him back a big long message, being like, he was like, how's the family? I was all, wee man's grand, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's grand. Sent that back saying Tuesday afternoon. Would have been like Wednesday morning when he's texting me back. And it was, so you're chatting for like a week, but you're not really. By the time he responds, you've forgotten about it. You know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
But that's the only way to do it, like, as well. Do you know what I mean? And
I'd say that thing too. Like, I have a couple of cousins out in Australia as well, and like, you know, when you're having a few drinks, like say my cousin Stan having a few drinks and stuff, and then you start to get a wee bit, you know, about home, or you're listening to a song, and then you're ringing somebody, and you're ringing like half cut, like having a crack. You're like, sorry man, I'll ring you back, I'm at work.
I'm at work here.
I must be annoying too.
I had a few at Marpal. I was out in Australia too. He rang me a few times, and he only ever rang me when he was blocked. And it was always when I was like during the day, like I'm work or something. What's the crack? I'll ring you back later. You're just different wavelengths completely. You know.
Hey, we were doing a thing when we were in Barcelona too. I'd say you could do it in London as well. Do you ever play Spot the Irish Heads?
Oh, like not as a game. I've never named it that, but I'd be up. He's Irish.
Oh, aye,
Irish.
You can see it.
100%.
Yeah,
it's actually crazy. We were sitting like even yesterday. We got on the making our way to the airport. We got the tube. We got fucking lost. Marianne was so good at reading the tube lines because I found it wild confusing. I'm not good at reading diagrams. I've just got this like childhood dyslexia in my head where I can't read like graphs or diagrams or like maps. I'm just shite at it. And at Google Maps, I am the worst person. I'll take you in the wrong direction every time. Do you know what I mean? But Marianne was brilliant at it. So I was like, I think we need to get on the station, then because you have to. It's never. Sometimes it's not as simple as just getting the train from one point A to point B. Sometimes you have to go point A to point A and a half, and then point B over to point B. No, they get all these different places. So we had to go from like one station to the next, and then get an underground to our station, and then get an overground to Liverpool Street, and then get an overground to Stand. All this crack, right? So we did all this journey. We finally got in the right line, and we're sitting on this train, got on the Stansted Express as it's called, so you're sitting ready to go, and we're just sitting, and these two people sit down beside us, and obviously like there was like a Japanese family behind us, and there was family over, I think they were Spanish or maybe South American, but they were speaking Spanish, and then there was these two here sitting right beside us, and I just kind of, when you overhear them chatting, I was all, they're definitely from Northern Ireland. Just like pure familiar accent, probably not even far. They weren't from Derry, but they weren't far. Anyway. And they just something had your ear, and you're like, oh.
Yeah,
I hear it. I hear the wee accent.
There was one of the times we were sitting. Oh no, I was sitting. Sorry, I can't remember what Sorka was doing anyway. But I was sitting, and I was along the beachfront, and there was these three lads sitting in like their lounger chairs. Couldn't hear them.
No, but you just knew.
There was no jerseys. There was nothing to tell. No. But I just knew. I just knew right away to look at them. So then I was sitting for a while, and like yourself doing a bit of people watching and stuff, you know. And then I thought, before I go, I need to just find out for sure. So I went over, sort of listening. Sure enough, they're like fucking down the country somewhere. But big Irish head,
free staters, like
free staters, big, So then, the whole way through, I kept going, Sorka, Irish head over there, Irish head over there. And then you go over and listen, or maybe, what's the crack? How's it going? And 9 times out of 10, you got it, like.
Oh, and they're always like, if you meet an Irish person, they're always all like, "Oh, you're Irish. What's the crack? Come on over, get a beer, mum. Sit down." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny. I actually came out the other night. We were in the hotel. I came out the front, and come out for a wee smoke or whatever down the front of the hotel. I was up in the room having a wee drink, and there's this other fella, this English fella, he must be about 50. He was standing having a smoke too. So I just, when you walk up to him, how's it going? And he went, they got there and I said, how's it going? And he was all Irish. He was English, like he was all Irish. And I was all, yep. And he was all Northern. I was all, aye. And he goes, Derry? I was all, Jesus. I was all, boom, got it. How'd you know that? And he goes, no, I used to live in Derry. He was all, I worked in the Crescent Link, Curry's.
No.
I was all, Jesus. Small world, hey? Do you know?
That's nuts.
And then we just started talking, I don't know how, we started talking about TV shows.
Yeah.
And it was like, do you get a lot of tourists in Derry these days? I was all, you do, yeah. I was all, especially after Derry Gears. And he was like, oh, right enough. He's all, I'm sure the Americans love it. That's all they do. Americans are always over and all. And then we started talking just about what TV shows we're watching. Yeah. What else are you watching? And you watching this? Oh, I've seen that. It's really good. But it was mad. He just, boom, nailed me in one.
Got it.
You know what I mean? And this is in the middle of the street. Hundreds of thousands of people walking up and down. And it's just, you're from Derry.
Yeah.
So, Jesus.
Man, I can't even remember if I've talked about it on here before, but in Portugal, we were in a bar in Portugal. It was called in Croke Park Bar.
Croke Park
right. Bar in Portugal with me and Connor D, and we're sitting, we got talking to these people, whatever, and then they were saying there's somebody else coming down, Chinese Mick. The guy's name was, his nickname was Chinese Mick, right? So this man comes fucking hopping into the place, like, you know, real buzzed up, like, you know, real fast moving and all, wee Chinese lad. And I'd say he was about 60 or so. And he come over and introduced us and all, and he was like, what's the crack, how's it going? Same thing, he goes, whereabouts you from? And I was like,
was Chinese Mick actually Chinese?
Chinese Mick was actually Chinese, right? And come over and see him, man, pinpointed accents, right? And I was all, how the fuck do you know about Derry? And he goes, do you know Galia? I was like, hold on a wee minute here, lad, what the fuck? And he said, do you know Galia? And I was all, do you? And he goes, I used to live there. He goes, yeah, I lived in Galia for a few years.
That's probably where I got the name Chinese Mick.
Yeah, probably. Probably I'm a Chinese Mick fan.
So what was the Portuguese bound Chinese Mick doing living in Galia?
I didn't want to ask them too many questions because Chinese Mick was definitely a wee bit dodge.
Right,
so, you know, he was like a wee Del boy.
Right, okay.
There was a lot going on. Like, you know, he was sort of around the bar and you'd see the coat opening up a bit, and I don't know what he was at, like, but he was at something.
Chinese triad living in Galia. There you go, hey.
But Chinese Mick. But I have the same thing, man. It was like just picking out people. I love it. Love it.
I always think.
I don't know if anybody else, other nationalities can do that.
No, there's just a big Irish head. You just have a big Irish head in you. And me and Marian both, we were chatting about this. Like, me and Marian both have wild Irish heads. We both have freckles. We both wild pale skin. They just look Irish. How I could get away with being maybe like, I don't know, something else, maybe American or something. Dara too. But no, we've two most Irish heads.
There's no hiding it.
No. But you always know them straight away. And nearly everywhere I've been, you always see somebody. Like, didn't see anybody this time in London, right enough. But there's plenty of times I've been away in places and you bump into somebody. Like, I remember being in Lanzarote. And now this doesn't, thinking back, it's not that strange. A lot of people from Derry go to Lanzarote. I went to Lanzarote, me and my cousin-in-law when I was away. And we got to this big sort of hotel and outdoor swimming pool and all this here. And we were walking down to the beach. And literally the first person we walked past, we were just walking down. And it was just this older man in a derry top. And I was just I was all, or whatever.
And you always have to comment, don't you?
And he was all, Jesus, what's the crack, lads? And he was all, where are you from? And I was all, I'm from Colmore, he's from Craic. And he was all, oh, Jesus. And he started chatting. He was all, who's your father and who's your mother and all this here? And of course, he knew everybody. He knew, oh, man, I know a man, sure. Jesus. It's just all small world. Like, literally the first person we bumped into when we left the gates of the hotel was just this bonnet dairy top. It turns out he was staying in the same hotel as were the whole family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I seen a tweet there yesterday, and it was a photograph, and it was a guy from Armagh. So Armagh were playing football yesterday.
They were indeed in the final.
But this guy was out in, I think it was Tenerife or somewhere anyway, and he had he had a flag up on the balcony,
right?
And he's way up high, like, and come out in the morning and was gone. He looked down, it fell onto the balcony down below,
right?
And what was hanging in the balcony down below? An Armagh flag, another one,
a Kerry flag.
No, it was another Armagh one, and turned out he'd been drinking with the guy the day before in the pub,
right?
And was like, went and met him the next day and was like, come give me my flag back.
Give me my flag. They took our flags.
They took our flags.
There you go. Yeah, that's a small world. I remember one of the maddest stories I ever heard about that. Again, involved my brother Paddy when he's over in Thailand. They were staying, I think they're in Bangkok, but you get this boat out to this wee like island, and it was basically you go from island to island. It's called island hopping. This boat takes you out, and you go on this island, and you have a wee pint, and then you go up on the back of the boat, and you go to this island and have a pint. It's a wee thing they do out there. It's class crack. But he said out in this like the 4th or 5th island out in the middle of nowhere, this wee like wooden hut for a toilet. So he walks in. And bearing in mind, he's out in the middle of fucking nowhere in Thailand. You know what I mean? He walks down this wee wooden toilet, and I think he says he's standing at the urinal taking a piss or whatever, and he's just standing, and he hears the door open behind him, doesn't pay any heed, and he's just standing there, and he just hears, he goes, "No way is that Paddy Man." He turns around and he goes, "Oh, what the fuck?" The boy I went to school with, which is on this wee same island in Thailand, like, you know what I mean?
Of all the places,
of all the places, I know, hey, Jesus.
That's not.
When he heard that, he was just like, "What the fuck could this possibly be?" Do you know what I mean?
Hey, what's in store for what's they look forward to now? Have any other holidays? Thinking of holidays or nothing planned?
Nothing to look forward to. No, I'm joking. No, we've got a couple of no holidays as such, but we have a couple of things coming up. So me and Marianne, and the end of August, she got me tickets for Blink 182.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They were meant to play last year. They cancelled. Whatever happened. I think Travis Barker had a baby. That's what it was. And then they just rescheduled for a year later. Not ideal, but sure, we're looking forward to it. And we're going to that. And then me and her, a couple of weeks later, are going to Les Mills down in Belfast. Les Miserables. Nice. Really looking forward to that. I love a good musical.
Yeah.
We're staying down in a hotel and all too at night, and going to go out for dinner and have a bit of crack and all. So no, there's always a wee something. And then I think in October she was saying her friends are organising one of these mystery bus tours for all the girls and all their partners. So we'll all be jumping on a bus around.
Have you ever done one of them before?
Never. Hey, no.
I would love to.
Always been aware of them. Mariam was like, "What even is it?" I was like, "You basically get on a bus. You don't know where you're going. You go from pub to pub and just drink." And like, she was like, class. But no, I've never done one, so I'm looking forward to it.
It will be class. Is there a toilet on the bus? Or are you maybe you don't have too long on the bus?
You're probably never on it that long. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure after a while it's probably, because at the end of the day it's probably not like who decides where you're going?
Yeah,
the bus driver. Probably not. Maybe they do actually if they're the one selling you the thing. But I don't know. We'll worry about that when we get to you already under the toilet crack.
I know. It's my first thought.
As there a toilet bus, now you've got me freaking out about it too. It's different for fellas. We can jump off a bus and just take a piss. Just a bit harder. I suppose they can too.
Yeah.
I just don't think a lot of women wouldn't be as willing to do that. As a man would. Yeah. Like if I have to pee, I'm going to pee. Like
it's coming
last week I was out of walk with my man. He said he had to pee. There was no toilets around. I was on over the bushes. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if he's three, it's different.
Yeah.
Anybody get on there, I just be up. Wise up.
Wee man has to pee.
Get a grip of yourself.
Yeah. It's natural.
I know. But we were end of the day, just worst come to worst, just piss yourself.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world. People always think, "Oh, imagine you wet yourself." It's not the end of the world. You get dried up, you be grand.
When we were coming off from Limerick, I was down at my mate's house in Limerick, and we were going from Limerick to Dublin. We were going to a gig in the Point. I can't even mind who it was. Might have been. Anyway, we were coming up. We'd been drinking the night before, and then we were having a few. Another fella was driving, so me and Brian, we were drinking away on the way up, and we were coming up the motorway.
It's a dangerous game.
Because you're just topping up from the night before, exactly. And it was quite early in the day, and had to piss inevitably, and we were coming down the motorway, and Jason, fella was driving. Jason was like, "I'll pull on down there." There's sort of a wee lay-by that comes off, where like speed cameras were set or whatever, and both of us got out there for piss. I think we were drinking wine the way down too, so we were like, we're not going to stand at the side of the road, there was a wee bit you could walk down down a wee hill, sort of
out of sight a wee bit,
so you're not just standing all the fucking cars, and standing pissing. But Brown, he went down a wee bit further, or no, he didn't go down as far, so he was a bit like just standing peeing, and the traffic could see him,
right?
And then in front, we couldn't see, there was a train track about 10 feet in front, and Brian standing pissing, and the next thing the train just comes fucking right the way around, and it's just right in front. And the train driver notices and hits the horn, and everybody looks round, so he couldn't stop pissing because he was in full flow.
Talk about stage fright. At least you're ready.
He was already in full flow, but couldn't turn away from the train because he was facing the traffic. And so just had to go, you know what?
Just embrace it.
Just embrace it. I'm like going,
whoa! Champagne.
That's what he did too. Spraying everywhere. Just
well.
Yeah. So I think we're
on that pissy note.
On that pissy note, yeah. We'll finish it up and go and watch some of the Euros. Well, I'm going to be watching first.
Got the All-Ireland semi-final.
All-Ireland semi-final.
It's well nice to see, obviously Armagh's in it now. It's well nice to see Dublin not on it, basically.
Oh, big time, man.
Do you know what I mean? No, nothing against Dublin, but they're just always on it. It's nice to see.
You don't want to see this in any sport.
No, the one team won it. It's like Man City won in the league 5 times in a row. It's like nobody cares anymore.
No,
you know what I mean?
It takes the balls out of it now.
So I'm really hoping Donegal.
So we could have all Ulster final.
That would be
all
pretty cool.
Ulster, all Ireland final.
The last time I remember seeing an all Ulster final was Tyrone Armagh.
An all
Northern final. And Tyrone won.
Throne 1 in 2003.
2003 is exactly what I was going to say. I was in the Red Castle Hotel watching it. I think, was it after somebody's wedding? I was only young. I was only about 13. But I'll never forget watching it for some reason.
Class.
I wasn't even back into Gaelic that kind. I just remember, even I understood it was a really big deal. That was because I was all...
Throne's first time.
I was all to my dad, like, why is it like Armagh Throne when it's the whole of Ireland? And he was all, because they're the two teams that won and got so far. I was all, oh, that's class. You know what I mean? At a young age, I was able to recognise that. So I'm obviously hoping for Donegal to get in. I love Donegal. I hope Donegal will go the whole way. But no matter who wins it, Donegal, Armagh, or even Galway get in, whatever, I'll be happy enough.
As long as it's not the same. That 2003 one is a special one for me because I was living in right behind Croke Park.
That's right, you were.
And it was Throne's first All-Ireland.
Throne man, that's right.
Throne's first All-Ireland, so there's about 20 people staying in our house. And then my dad always said he wants to see Throne won an All-Ireland before he dies.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. And they see my dad and his mate, my mate's dad, who's also my dad's mate, coming walking down Clonmouth Road. Tears were trapping him.
Oh, amazing.
Tears were trapping him.
Fucking goosebumps there now.
It's just one of those things, man. And to be living so close to Croke Park and you're within where the guards are stopping people, and it just felt so
everything
special.
Just aligned for you at that wee time. You were living there and your dad got to see it and everything was just, no, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's class.
So good luck to anybody that's going to it, and you'll probably be hearing it on the Monday, and I hope everybody had a great time.
On Donegal.
Han Donegal.
And Han Spain.
Come on. So we're all Spain and Donegal today.
See Campbell's had the Spain flags up there.
Did they?
I'd say a lot of bars.
I would say.
Yeah. 2 Spain flags outside the front there, at the bottom of the road.
Nice. Hey, we're allowed to be petty when it comes to
100%.
They've been a thorn in our side.
Fairly petty themselves over here, so let's do it.
Yeah. Happy day. So enjoy your day, Brendy. Enjoy the Euros. Hope we get the result. I'll be sending you a wee message, Journey.
I'm going to get a wee guapo now and go home with.
Nice.
Wee burrito for the buzz.
Hard to beat.
Hard to beat. Had a wee burrito over in London too, in a place called Tortilla. Oh, stunning. Unreal.
It's not something I would normally go for.
Oh, I love them.
But we were filming Taskmaster last weekend. That was fucking amazing, by the way. So Taskmaster.
That's right. Do we have a date yet?
It's going to be showing over 2 nights in October and November. We don't have a night. There's been a few big venues banded around.
Right.
So just waiting for confirmation, but that is going to be amazing. But anyway, we were filming, and I can't even talk too much about anything about the tasks because it's going to be shown live. All I could say, it was fucking amazing.
Brilliant.
But we had guapo for both days, and I'm converted.
Good. Hard to whack.
Yeah.
Hard to whack. It's everything I like inside a big wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like spicy meat and like the beans and the rice and salsas and cheese and inside bread.
I'm getting more and more hungry as this podcast goes on. So that'll do us. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening. We'll be back with Sean Kerry again through the week.
Yeah.
And we'll have a guest on during the week. We have a couple of guests lined up. Sometimes it's just really hard to get the timings right to get people on, and we're cool to just go ahead and do it in our own way, which is class.
Chat about a shite.
So thank you very much for listening. This has been Mind the Time podcast. Check us out on our socials, all that sort of crack. Brendy, good luck. Enjoy your day, my friend.
Thank you very much, Fintan. Same to yourself.
Lovely stuff. Good luck. Good night. Goodbye. Mwah.
See you after. Hey.
Bye.